All right, here we are, Impacting Influence Radio right here on Opera, and today's broadcast is brought to you by Blinds of Sacramento, Sacramento's complete solution window covering experts. Give them a call, 916-790-8689 or blindsofsacramento.com. Now today, I've got a lovely lady in here, referral from Sparkly. What an amazing woman that is.
Yep, and a great name.
And a great name. Yeah. Is that a stage name or is that her real name?
That is her real name.
That is so cool.
Yes.
I didn't ask her. I was afraid to. That is so cool.
Yep, nope. And she is a cool lady. I've known her for about 10 years now. We're good friends and we work together. For a long time.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So we've got Kyle Phillips in here. I'm going to bring this just a hair this way. There we go.
Okay.
And you're with Phillips Senior Placement Services. We're going to be learning about what that is. And you're what is called a gerontologist.
A gerontologist.
That is the first time I've ever heard that word.
Okay.
And I've literally done like 1,500 of these episodes, and I've never had one of you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I've had people that do kind of what you do, but they never said that they were a gerontologist.
Yeah. So a gerontologist is someone who typically has an advanced degree in the study of aging. So my master's is in gerontology and the study of aging.
We get some smart people in here. Seriously, I've got doctors coming in. Everyone
Nice.
seems to have a master's degree.
Nah.
It's crazy.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Nice.
You guys are, I don't know how you do it. I remember the day I graduated high school, I went, I'm never doing this again. The day I graduated, I never went to college. I said, not even a chance. That was it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go play rock and roll.
Well, I loved school, so.
Were you a good student?
I was a great student.
You were a great student.
Yes.
And then you went and got a master's degree, and here you are today.
I did.
I was not a good student.
No, that's okay.
My teachers would just say, Rob was my name. I go by Quinn, long story. But, Rob, take your guitar, go in the back room. I'll give you a C. Just go back there. Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. I would just sit back there and I'd play my Satriani licks. Yeah. That's all I did in high school. Well, it got me through school.
Hey, that is a type of intelligence. So musical intelligence.
You would think that every day at lunch... First of all, I never brought a backpack to school. I brought my guitar, and I never had pens. I never had my homework. I never had my school books, but I had my guitar. Okay. Every day at lunch, I would be in the music room with all the music kids playing rock and roll. Mm-hmm. But the school never thought for a minute to put me in a music class.
That's silly. I don't know what to tell you.
They never put me in a music class.
Well, you figured it out, though.
I did.
You're playing.
They put me in business classes.
In business classes?
Yeah, I kicked freaking behind in business classes. Yeah, I was good at the business classes.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You combine both now.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, played rock and roll. All right, so Kyle Phillips, who are you, my dear?
Who am I? Well, I personally, I'm married to a wonderful guy. He's a therapist, a trauma therapist.
Oh, wow.
Has his own practice.
Wow.
Stepmama.
We're not going to tell you all of my trauma, childhood, the whole thing.
You would need to talk to him, not me. But stepmama to 3 beautiful kids. Just lover of seniors and animals and even little kids as well. I actually also taught for 3 years and as a teacher. So
what'd you teach?
I taught kinder, first and second for a couple of years.
That is a serious gig.
Yeah, after
How was
COVID.
that?
It was a lot. I loved it. I love kids, but my real heart and passion is seniors.
You know what's so funny about that? So we were at we had our open house. It was like 2 weeks ago now, I think. In April Daly, I'd mentioned April Daly to you, and so she's at the event, and everyone goes in a group. Everyone mentions what they do, and she goes, "I'm April Daly, and I love old people."
That's right.
That's what she said. She goes, "I love old people," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
awesome, yeah."
See what else?
What is it? Let me ask you though. What is it about? Is it because respect your mother and father kind of thing? What is it that
Why?
Why are you so passionate? I mean, I'm skipping ahead here, but why are you so passionate about this?
Well, I think there's a couple of reasons. One, I spent a lot of time and was actually predominantly raised by my grandparents.
Makes sense.
And my grandmother was a registered nurse. and actually director of nurses in skilled nursing. And ever since I was little, school holidays or, whatnot, she'd take me to work and, I'd volunteer doing bingo. And I just grew up watching her do some really amazing things.
She's your rock star.
Yeah. And so obviously, seeing that and having love and respect for her, I think is the foundation. But, I think that sometimes as a culture, we forget just how important our seniors and our elders are,
I know.
Which is unfortunate. And there's so much wisdom.
We had a client who was, years and years and years ago, but here's the thing, I can't even remember now. I just remember we had a client that was like 98 years old or something. And we would just sit there and talk and tell stories. I don't remember his or her name. I don't remember if it was a male or a female anymore. I don't remember. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
I said it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
But no, just the stories. And I remember some of the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, that's what I grew up listening to, these stories and these amazing people living through amazing times in history.
Yes,
World War II and Korea, and I love seniors. And what I like about them the most, though, is that they get to the certain point and they just really don't care anymore. They're just gonna say it like it is.
Sounds like me.
There's no no fakeness there. They're just like at the point in their life where like, nope, this is me. This is who I am. This is what I got.
Take it or leave it, dude.
And I love that.
Yes.
So much.
It's authenticity.
Yep, for sure.
We had, I don't want to give too many details because I don't want to throw anybody under any buses, but we had somebody, let's just say in the last few months, okay, because that could be anybody.
Okay.
In the last few months, we had somebody come on the show, and after I sent them a text message that, hey, it was really great. I'm glad you came on the show. I'm really excited for where this could potentially take us. And she misconstrued it as something else. Very unfortunate.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. And so I said, look, this is a very, very tight group that we've got here. We're looking for really good people, but we're very friendly. We're going to travel together. We're going to eat together. We're going to get to know each other's families. We have to make sure that we can trust each other. There's nothing cheeky about this.
Right.
Right. The point is that I go to my group, some of the members in the group, and I go, am I being a little too friendly? They said, no, do you. Just do you.
Just be you.
Just be you. And I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Because I feel kind of bad, and I'm looking at the situation. I'm like, oh man, are a lot of people thinking like that?
Yeah.
I'm just being genuine. I'm just being authentic and genuine. And if people can't take it, then it's tough luck.
That's okay.
Yeah. Tough luck.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Is that just age where we just get to a point where we just don't give a crap anymore?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
That seems to be pretty universal in my experience. Anyway.
What age does that usually happen? Because I'm 44, so
I don't know. I don't know. I've seen it happen earlier, but I would definitely say by the time like you're in your 70s and 80s, like you're like, yeah, whatever. So
my wife and we got rid of our TV a number of years ago. I just do my business now. And I am who I am. Take it or leave it.
Yep.
And I'm like a retired old man. I just sit on my patio when I'm not. I still have my laptop open, but I play rock and roll and I drive a Buick and I just don't give a crap.
That's right.
I swear to God, I feel like I'm like 60 or 70 years old. I don't know.
Nah, you're great.
I'm tired, man. I've been doing this a long time. Yeah. All right, so talk to me. What you do? It says placement. Case management consulting. Where do we want to start?
Yeah. You know what? We can start with placement.
Done.
So, all right. So, essentially, I get contacted by either the adult children or sometimes the senior themselves, and they're at a point in their life where they're considering moving to a community setting, or maybe there's something acute that's just happened, change in their condition, or there's cognitive issues that have become apparent, and so they need, a place to go.
Now, is this, I'm being naive here, is this the 55 and over, or is this a completely different animal?
Yeah, typically it's, 55 is a little on the young side, but for the most part, I'd say it's 65 and up.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, they're looking for either a community setting or, again, they have some sort of clinical issue, cognitive issue, and so they need, supportive living situation. And so they're starting to look for, what we generally refer to as assisted living or memory care.
Now, did you watch the show Sopranos?
Oh, yes.
Okay, it's my favorite show.
It's a great
That's
show.
why we make mafia films, because of the Sopranos.
Nice.
We actually hired Joseph Gandolfini, who played Vito.
No way.
Yeah, he's in. We blew him up in a car bomb. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we hired him. Yeah.
To blow him up.
Yeah, literally.
That's an interesting gig.
Gave him $1,500 for like 11 seconds of camera phone footage, and then we just modified it with AI and put him in a car and blew him up.
Nice. All right.
But the reason I ask is that you see these elders that the kids are wanting to put them into senior care, and they're kicking and screaming, "I don't want to go in there!" Blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
Do you see that?
Occasionally, yes. And
is it that they're scared, or what's the kind of?
Well, it depends. There's lots of different reasons, and everybody's a unique individual, right? For some people, it's not a good fit for them, and that's completely and utterly okay. There's other options. There's home care, even though that's really, really, really expensive. But I mean,
My wife literally builds all of the trainings for the state of California for IHSS.
Oh,
So anytime any provider is doing any of the training, she's the one building all of those training platforms.
nice. I've worked with IHSS quite a bit in my past.
Yeah.
And some people, it is, I think it kind of harkens back to, this perspective, the old, nursing home, right? There's still a lot of stigma and misconceptions about nursing homes because, until OBRA passed and laws and regulations changed, some nursing homes were not great places.
Like
right?
I'm a Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
You go to sleep or I will put you to sleep.
Exactly. Yes. Mister.
I don't own a
Right.
television, but I still have TV references.
Right.
Just everything's old.
It is just scary. I mean, it is a huge change and transition. I mean, can you imagine, like, you've spent, 30, 40, 50 years living in your own home, and then all of a sudden that's not a safe place for you anymore.
Not only that, though, especially when you're getting into like dementia and so
Right.
forth, that's where Portia Middleton comes in, and she specializes in dementia and Alzheimer's because of her father.
Yep.
And so when you've got those and you're familiar to certain things, and all of a sudden now nothing's familiar,
Right.
that can be terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for some people, it's just a scary situation. And so a large part of what I do is explain what these communities are like. And again, it's broad strokes because there are so many different types of communities out there. Assisted living is a very, very broad umbrella. There's huge communities, 200 apartments, multi-level care, independent, assisted, memory care units within that structure. And then, there's also, the board and care homes, or sometimes referred to as 6-bed facilities. And those are great. They're houses, right?
Yeah. We shot our media side of our business has gone and shot a few of those here in town. They're actually very interesting.
Oh yeah. But they're all very different, right?
Yeah.
And depending on the company, their culture, their clientele, their philosophy. And so there's a lot of different options out there. And, again, it's really overwhelming and scary, right, for a lot of people.
So the other side of what you're doing is case management. Talk to me about this here. Because, my wife working in IHSS, her whole thing was just going through and looking at the different cases from each of the recipients and figuring out, what they need and what they don't need. I'm assuming it's something similar?
Yeah, so I take on just a small number because it is really intensive work doing case management. But I take on a small number of individual clients where either it's not their cup of tea moving into a community setting, or they just want to age in place in their home, but they need connection to what are the resources out there to coordinate different services that need to be put in place so that they can age safely in their own home, or just plan for the future. For example, I'm working with a husband and wife right now. Husband is newly diagnosed with Alzheimer's, still young, 67 years old, and they just are a little nervous and scared and want to have some plans in place and resources in place for as the disease progresses. And so I'm helping them, connecting them to those services, getting their power of attorney in place, planning for care, social needs met, transportation, all those things. So I'm helping coordinate
What's
that.
the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's?
So dementia is the overarching umbrella term, right, for cognitive impairment. Okay. Alzheimer's being the most well-known and most prevalent type of dementia.
So Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis has, what does he have? Frontal temporal?
Yes, that sounds right.
Yeah, so a different type of dementia. There are multiple types of dementia. There's Lewy body, there's vascular dementia.
And they all do different things, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain characteristics that, can be overlapping between types of dementia. But yes, they're different disease progression, different manifestations at times and how the disease progresses.
No disrespect. Biden, what's he got? Or is that just old age?
I am not a neurologist. I can't diagnose him.
I just... No, because I'm looking at it from Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis couldn't remember lines in the movie and was really having a hard time.
Well, he also has what's called aphasia. So there's two types. It's either receptive, meaning you have trouble, your brain has trouble understanding the words being spoken to you, or there is expressive aphasia. So you have the words in your head, but they're coming out wrong. Like you can't find the right word to say it out there.
Because Biden just slowed down like a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just age. It is what it is. I was just curious because you're seeing different people. McConnell's another one where you'd have those pause moments.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I don't know anything about this stuff. Again, I'm completely naive to this.
Well, here's a little stat that will be interesting to you. So overall, if you live to be over 65, you got about a 1 in 6 chance of developing some form of dementia. If
Interesting.
you live to be over 80, 85, you got about a 1 in 2 chance.
Wow.
Yeah. So it is a really prevalent disease that's out there. And again, dementia being an overall arching term.
What do you think is the cause of this?
Dementia?
Yeah.
Gosh.
I mean, was it always something, or is it the microplastics? Is it the chemicals in the foods that we're eating?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different things that increase somebody's risk. The number one is familial history. So if there is history of
my
that
grandpa
in
and
the
my
family,
father both.
right?
Yeah.
Age, right? Other environmental, medical situations. So, if you've got diabetes, you're at higher risk for, different vascular types of dementia.
Got it.
There's types of dementia that are actually brought on by drug and alcohol abuse.
I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of different things. They don't really have a definite, hey, this is what you did, and now you got this type of dementia.
Interesting. Hey, I'm just completely naive here. I'm just asking because I don't know.
Yeah.
This is how we learn stuff.
That's right.
The next piece here is consulting.
Yeah. So, I've done a lot of different things in my career. So I worked in skilled nursing for a long time, social work, discharge planning. Also went to school and got my administrator's license as a nursing home administrator, but I actually never practiced. And then later on, I switched and became assisted living executive director. So I ran large scale assisted living communities over typically over 100-bed type communities.
Are those like the Eschaton type places?
Yeah, yeah, those big, some were national, some were regional. And, after I kind of took a step back after COVID and stepped away from running these communities, I still saw, a need to help providers, because the reality, particularly here in California, we don't have enough beds. Baby boomers, it's starting, it's happening.
I know.
We are running out. And so we need good quality care providers out there. And the vast majority of them are actually these smaller care homes or mid-sized communities. But they don't have the resources and the support that these big, statewide or national companies have. And, because of my background and having run these communities and my experience and knowing the regulations, I can offer, help and services for these communities that are either starting or, maybe they do have some compliance issues and they need to get those fixed.
That's what I want to get into next.
Yeah.
The ethics. You had mentioned there's a lot of really shady things going on out there.
Well, there can be, for sure.
Yeah.
So ethically, yeah. So kind of going back to the placement side of what I do. There are a lot of people that offer, help to families when, we'll find you an assisted living. And, overwhelmingly, most of them are great, right? They're good people that really do care and want to help people as they go through this very complex and emotionally charged situation, right? But there are some out there that are really just in it for the money, right? And they're not really coming at it from an advocacy standpoint like I do, in making sure that, they're finding good quality places that are going to meet their needs and keep them safe and promote their quality of life, right? So I operate under very strict ethical guidelines. I'm a member of what's called the NPRA. So that is the National Placement Referral Alliance. It is a professional trade organization for people like myself. And we agree and adhere to a pretty extensive code of ethics and how we run our own practices. So we won't practice what's called churning. So, we place somebody and maybe it's not such a great fit for them, with the hope that they're going to call us again and we can place them again, right? But the reality is, I don't charge for placement services, okay? It's free to families and seniors. How referral agents are compensated is we receive a referral fee from the accepting community, right? And so it's typically a percentage of whatever their monthly charge is going to be. Okay. Not indefinite, just a one-time, charge.
Would that, would people find that as, predatory in a sense that, well, you're just trying to place me in a community that's more expensive?
Money, right? So you get
a higher commission.
So that is one area where ethics really need to be, taken into consideration, making sure that you are really, finding the right fit for that individual, right? Is important. There has been, I think 6 different attempts in California. Some states, they're already require that people like myself are licensed, right?
Yeah.
California, there's been 6 different bills that have gone through. They haven't passed yet. But when I started my practice, what I did is I reviewed all those bills and took the components that I anticipate is going to come, right? So, for example, I carry insurance, right? I offer disclosure statements, right? So that they understand what I do, what I can't do. I don't operate as a power of attorney. I don't make decisions for people. I'm not a fiduciary. I don't handle their money, I don't practice those things. And
you're really just trying to get people into good homes.
Right. Yeah. And
it's
so
like a real estate agent for old people.
It does, it really does feel like that sometimes. And, it does have that kind of flavor to it. Like, you are really trying to connect them with the right housing, right?
Yes.
But there's more to it.
Well, there is more
Yeah.
to it. And
Yeah.
the other side of it is that whole churning thing. I mean, yeah, you could put them in one home and then hope that they call again. Yeah, but here's the thing is we all know good people, right?
Right.
And so if you put them in the right home the first time,
Yeah.
you might not be putting them into another home, but you're going to put somebody else that they
Yeah.
know into a home. You're going to get referral business out of it.
Yeah.
And we are in the business to make money.
Sure.
We have to make a living. We've got bills to pay. We got families to feed, taxes to pay, right?
Right.
So we have to make a living. The world isn't run on free. But there is a point where ethics does play.
Right.
And
Well, I
yeah.
mean, I operate under the perspective that, if you do the right thing for me, my clients, and take good care of them and make sure that they're safe and well cared for, then the money will follow. Like, I don't put that as the forefront of why
That's
I'm
the
doing
same
what
thing
I'm
we're
doing.
doing with the magazine. I
Right.
spend the first half of every single day working for free.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you come on board and do business with us, that's not
Right.
going to change our relationship.
Right.
Right. And so the whole thing is it is about the people. And the moment that you forget that and make it about the money, it's over.
I mean, when I started my practice, it really started holistically, because I was getting calls from friends and families and friends of friends, who knew my background, knew my experience, and they're like, Kyle, what do we do? And so I would help them, right? And I still do that. I mean, there are people that I can't help, right? Like for different reasons, or maybe they need, a very different type of setting that just really isn't in my scope. But I'm still going to help them, right? I do a lot of pro bono work, just connecting people. Sometimes it's just listening.
I know.
These
Isn't
kids,
that amazing?
adult children that are really overwhelmed and, they just don't have anybody to listen to them or point them in the right direction, or connect them to resources, because all our senior resources, that we have some really great ones, but we don't have a cohesive.
Well, the other thing, I'm sitting over
Thing
here
out
asking
there.
probably what most people would consider really stupid questions, but I'm genuinely interested and I genuinely have no idea. And so I figure, let's ask those questions because somebody else might have that question.
Yeah.
If I don't know, how many other people don't know?
Yeah. A lot.
Simple as that.
A lot.
Yeah,
And so, people would reach out to me and just ask for my help. And then it dawned on me, and like, Kyle, you just need to do this. Like,
I love it.
I
love it.
This is what you're called to do. Go do it.
What type of client are you looking for?
So, I mean, a lot of my clients are what's called the sandwich generation. So it's the adult children that, are our age, right? 40s, 50s, somewhere in that ballpark. Still maybe raising kids, but also trying to take care of their aging parents, right? And they're going over to mom and dad's house and seeing the slow decline or changes in their cognition. And they're like, oh gosh, okay, what do we do now? Those are the people that call me, right, and need that help. Just figuring out, like, this is what I'm seeing. What do I do?
Yeah. Asking the
Yeah.
questions.
But I also get calls too from the seniors themselves. We're seeing more and more seniors that don't have children, right?
It's going to be an interesting generation because
yeah.
our generation, a lot of us didn't have kids.
Yeah.
All of our circle of friends, even my wife's sisters,
Yeah.
no one has kids.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they're recognizing themselves that, okay, I'm living at home alone. I'm isolated. It's hard to function. I need help. But again, it's a really complicated process and it's really hard for them to navigate that on their own. And so I get calls from seniors too, just like, I need your help.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I was just thinking, I'm not a video game person, but I was just thinking that with the video game generation, as this generation gets older, they're going to be spending a lot more time just communicating through their video games and talking to people on the other side.
No, I know.
It's very interesting.
I see that in my young daughter right now.
Already?
She's on it. Yeah, she's on that Xbox, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm just, when they're 60, 70 years old, there's going to be all vintage video games then. But
know.
That's what they'll be doing is just playing their games.
I know. We need to bring the Atari back. That's what we need.
Rampage.
That's all right.
Remember Rampage?
Yes.
The big monkey that goes through
Yep,
and then
yep.
punches through the wall and eats the people.
right. Or what was it? Lemmings? What was that one?
I don't remember that.
That was a great game.
We just actually on our website, we just put when you click on a sold out link, it takes you to Outrun. run.
Oh my
which is
gosh.
the arcade Ferrari game.
Yes.
Because we do all these Ferrari events, and we're like, well, if it's sold out, you can't go, but you can still drive this Ferrari. It's so dumb.
Right. Anyway, we're totally dating ourselves, Quinn.
I know, right? Horrible.
Yeah.
Yes, the games I play are 40 years old. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle Phillips, Phillips Senior Placement Services. 916-253-8100. 916-253-8100. Anything you want to add before we get out of here?
I would just add that, like, if you're not sure what to do, you're welcome to give me a call. It doesn't have to be placement. It doesn't have to be care management. It doesn't have to be consulting. If you just need a question answered or someone to point you in the right direction, just reach out. I am happy to help in any way that I can.
916-253-8100. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Quinn.
Thank you for coming on, and thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.